88 Films.
Happy Saturday. Good morning. Do the alarm. We are back. Sensitive subject today. I mean, sensitive from what I've been seeing, all the nagging on Instagram. I call it nagging just because it's like, but I'll be nagging about certain shit too. So, retroing Grails, is it good? Is it bad? What do you guys think? You guys let me know in the comments. That's the end of the podcast.
Fuck.
No, I'm kidding.
Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you.
No, but yeah, so obviously Nike did that big thing of like the bees with the
Swarming the
swarming
dunk
the dunk high. It's a funny story before we get into it. So a good friend of ours, Frankie DeLay, is one of these collectors, Grail guys. I wonder how he feels. Maybe I'll talk to him about it. Because he's also more on the business side of it. Like he's like, fucking money's money, you know?
Facts.
He had those and Deftones. And I had Ramoas, and this is before the spike. Right before the spike, 2019 maybe. And I told him like, yo, I'll trade you a red Ramoa for your Deftone. Red Ramoa was like 4 bands, something like that. He was like, bet, done. Then he asked me, I have a Wu-Tang dunk.
Yeah.
Would you trade your black Ramoa, but you have to give me a Euro because I had like 6 pairs of Euros off white ones at that moment.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I'll pass. Big fuck up.
I wonder if he still has a Wu-Tang dunk.
He probably does. I think he does. Because then I hit him up after. I'm like, yo, you still trying down to trade? And he's like, nah, I'm good. And I was like, all right, bet.
Spur of the moment.
But yeah. And then I think I ended up trading that Euro for my Freddy Krueger dunk.
Sheesh, that's a gotta.
And the same thing. Guess what? I sold it for 3 bands. Round 2 sold it for 4 bands. And
Too
I
early.
think Ryan Cooper ended up with that pair, which is funny. Size 10.
Word?
Yeah, it was just too small. Like, it was cool to have, but at the end of the day, I want to wear it.
Yeah.
Size 10 SB just cooked my feet.
Snug.
Yeah. But, yeah, so that was funny story about the Wu-Tangs. How do you feel about... You're more into the Grails, so how do you feel? I honestly don't give a shit about Grails like that. Like, as in, like...
No, I know what you mean.
Like as in, like, I'm not that... Like, I like shoes, but I'm not, like, huge. Like, you have, obviously, the fucking Entourage things. You're more into Grails than I am, I would
No,
say.
I get what you're saying. I like it. To me, at the end of the day, bro, everything has a shelf life. Nothing lasts forever. And I think even just being into what we're into, we've learned that a shoe has a solid 10-year span because it's just fucking rubber and leather, pleather, whatever you want to call it at the end of the day. To where I think it's good, like, to retro things. One thing I will say, like, about the Wu-Tang dunk specifically, I do think it's lazy. I feel like they should have came out with a different version of it, whether it be a low or reverse colorway, something of that regards, because just throwing out, oh, we're doing the exact same one. Well, even if it's the same shape, which is cool, OG shape, whatever, it just feels like they're not trying. Like,
They're just like, oh, this is a $40,000-$50,000 shoe in the market. Let's burn it out.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, it's a dunk high, and like, I don't think resale matters, but that shit's probably gonna go for less than retail.
If there's like, let's say general release like 500,000 pairs, it's gonna be 150, if that.
I think less, because even, I mean, it's not the same thing. But look at freaking
the
golden rods, the
Syracuse dunk highs,
the fragments, the Beijing dunks, like even those. I mean, the first drop they did was like a mismatch colorway, but those came out and we sell them brand new $100.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a bad thing, but I do think that you could
do more,
bring something back, and maybe change something different just to give it its own like uniqueness to where, like, you know, like,
yeah, it's like you keep the collectors happy and you keep the new guys happy. I would say,
which isn't hard to do at all.
I know in my head what I told you is like, maybe do SB version of it or something, you know, switch it up. But
SB, you guys did a dunk for that one. Maybe do a different model that was like super popular during that time, like Air Max.
That they all like. Just get them all in the room and be like, yo, like, what's your favorite fucking Nike model? Let's work on it.
Yeah, like, to where it's like there's more. It just feels like y'all actually tried.
Yeah. Yeah, because even they announced, besides the Wu-Tang, they announced the Undefeated 4.
Yeah.
The Undefeated, I get a little more.
Yeah.
And this is just my take on it. 4s you can't wear forever.
Right now,
people are swapping the 4s, and that ruins the OG. Like I saw Steven from Texas, he hit me up and he sent me a pair. Somebody was selling a soul swap pair for like 10 bands.
Shit.
And he's like, cop. And I was just like, nah. I was just like,
It's not gonna fit the same.
it's not the same shoe. It's like getting a salvage title, you know? Like,
yeah,
it's not the same.
I've had one soul swap shoe. Shout out to Joe because he did like an immaculate job on it. Yeah, the Black Cement, the 01.
And then now they're retroing this year supposedly.
Yeah, but even then, like even that one, for example, I did wear it a lot. Like I wore it like probably 50 times since he swapped it. But by the time I was getting rid of it, it was already starting to separate and like not be wearable also. And it just goes back to the same thing where like everything has a shelf life. And if at the end of the day, it's a shoe, you want to wear it, that's the point of it. You're going to need to come out with retros if you still want that same colorway because, again, nothing lasts forever. And it's just like, I think that's the thing where it's like you can't be, well, if you are cool, but like being emotionally attached to it doesn't make sense, especially the way things are now.
Yeah, because I personally think that they should have done a different version of it to keep both sides happy. Like, oh, shit, we get a new one, new collab, boom. But I get it in a way where Nike's just like, fuck it. And I think that's why, again, like when people complain about Nike losing 20% and whatever the number was.
It's because of stuff like that. But no, even, I mean, perfect example, I don't think the execution was the best, but the freaking eBay dunk, that was another one that they redid. And I think the fact that it had the clear thing, like it kind of butchered it because wearing a clear cut up shoe is not like practical.
To me, if they would have just, again, I was the guy thinking like, damn, you guys should have just dropped the real one and I would have bought it. I would have been happy. But then again, obviously that shoe doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But
it's a mythical.
Yeah. But to me, seeing it like fake cut up, I was like, I don't want this shoe.
Nah, or even the way they did it, like instead of leaving the clear panels to show it's cut up, just make it to where it has the stitching
like the
of the cut upness in the panels as opposed to adding the extra clear pieces because that makes the shoe still wearable to where, again, at the end of the day, it's a shoe, you want to wear it. Like
I feel like Nike, a lot of people are going crazy about it, but it's just like Grails have been getting retroed forever already. Mm-hmm. Like there was times where like when I was just growing up, I'll be like, damn, this shoe's never gonna come out, and then now I've seen so many variations of a certain shoe come out where I'm just like, fuck, that's insane. No, but it goes back to like we used to look forward to maybe 4 or 5 shoes a year, and now there's 5 or 4 shoes a week or a month, whatever.
Yeah, so when something like that comes out, you want it to feel a little bit more special. And again, like Nike shouldn't feel like they're in a rush to drop anything. So it's like, take your time with the releases. Like you guys take a year anyway to freaking drop something before you actually like, while you guys are thinking of it, whatever. So it's like,
or if you're going to drop it, do 2 versions of it. Do the OG and again, maybe not 36 pairs, but maybe do an event. There's a fucking concert. You
drop that one at the event only.
It's 1 out of 1,000, one night only. And then they'll do a GR version of it that's completely different. Or maybe just keep it limited, I would say.
Yeah, it's just, again, like the rollouts and like how the way you do things. It also makes the consumer want to feel like, okay, like you guys tried, so I'm gonna try to cop. You know what I mean? Like, and again, even like some of the stuff that we consider like grails or anything like that, like we have some sort of story behind it where we relate to it because this happened or because we remember when we copped it. Like, I think that's a big reason why, like, for example, the Sean 97-1 is such a impactful shoe to, like, so many people remember that drop, whether in LA with the truck giving out the shoes or in New York with the Air Max event that was over there. Like, there's things that people can relate to where it keeps the shoe demand alive.
But even that shoe's gonna die soon, because not soon, but like it's gonna crumble because of the air unit.
Facts. And then
in fucking 5 years, you never know, they might retro it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Even with some of these specific colorways of shoes like that, if you want to soul swap it, it's going to be so hard to find the exact same mold of something like that where it's not going to be the same shoe even after you soul swap it.
Yeah. Yeah, like, for example, if people asked us, well, like, what grail you want, and I'm like, Yeezy 2s or Yeezy 1s. They're not that wearable anymore, so I would want that shoe to come back. And I would buy it. I would buy the whole set just because, I remember where I was when that shoe came out. I remember camping out undefeated, whatever. So there's a story to tell. But, yeah, I mean, I think you could be mad at it, or you could just be like fuck it. But then also it's like Nike just being kind of lazy, well, super lazy. But you never know. This video might just be a video, and they're gonna do a whole different thing. You know, like what if it's that? Like,
Yeah.
it's just like, you know what? We're just gonna tease it, and guess what? They did what they wanted to do. The whole world was talking about it. The whole world was happy, mad, sad, but it was on. I woke up that day when they launched it, and everybody had it on their story.
And everybody,
they did their job.
Yeah, they got the buzz,
Yeah.
pun intended, fucking going with that shit. And yeah, because they haven't announced anything. They literally just dropped that video.
And yeah, now everybody's speculating. So you never know. This whole podcast might be useless, you know? That us, like, you never know. What if they do an SB? What if they fucking don't even drop it and just said, ha, got you, you know? Like, wait, this is what we wanted. So it comes out, but I think it is going to come out.
Yeah.
Same thing, Undefeated Force. They said they're going to retro. Let me tell you a funny story. Big L, shout out my homies from District 1. Jumping the gun. Bloodline ones. Colorway is white, University red, whatever's black. You would think it's a Chicago one. So they got their normal, like, whatever, however they do their backdoor, whatever's. And they thought Chicago ones. They literally were like, these are Chicago ones. Because the rumor was already out there that they were going to do the Lost and Found. So, but this was obviously years before, but they jumped the gun. And they're like, yo, you think 300, 350 is safe for Chicago one? I'm like, yes, because fucking the other ones were 1,000 already, or 700.
Yeah, and even,
I think 300, 250, something like that. He was like, is this safe? Like, you think it's safe buy? And I was just like, if it's Chicago ones, yeah.
easy money.
Easy money. I think they spent 300 bands.
Yeah,
like
something crazy.
Some crazy amount.
Because they bought a fuck ton of them.
Sorry for putting your business out there. But it's just funny because, again, it's just jumping the gun. When they get the shoes, guess what they are? Bloodline ones. Not Chicago's.
The always shoe with red?
No,
It's black and white, and it has like a red piping.
Red piping.
Yeah.
It's ugly, bro.
And it has some freaky laces.
Yeah.
And they paid $300 for those.
They paid 300 each, and the shoe was going for 200. I think it was going for. They were trying to push it where they broke even. It didn't work. But again, guess what? You charge it to the game. You keep it pushing. But again, you never know. This Undefeated 4 might be a whole different thing. But I think a lot of people are scared because of what they did to the Undefeated 97. Yeah, pa. You need that? Gotcha. But yeah.
It is those colors.
The Undefeated 97 is a perfect example of somebody's grail. Because again, like a grail could be like your grail is different from my grail, you know? Like everybody has their own grail or their own favorite shoe. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Undefeated 97s came out, Friends and Family, Olives.
$1,000 shoe.
$1,000 shoe, 1,500, 2,000, you name it. It was selling. And I remember one of our friends was just like, hey, they're going to retro this shoe. And I'm like, oh, it might be different. She was like, no, it's just going to come back the same. And it probably wasn't even a retro. It was just kind of like, here, we're going to put it out again, you know?
Yeah,
okay.
They had extra stock or some shit.
Late shipment, I don't know, whatever's, you know, but it retroed, whatever's. Because it would happen like 2 years after.
Yeah, it was way later.
Yeah. So I was at round 2, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to listen. I put mine, again, used, sorry. Put mine used for $750, $900, something like that, one of those numbers, and it sold instantly. And I told, same thing, I told Danny, I'm like, hey, bro, they're going to retro. He's like, nah, I don't think so. I don't see them retroing this. It's a $125 shoe now, $100. Sells great because people remember that it was a $900 shoe.
Yeah, it's a banger at $60 worn ones.
Yeah, they sell for us. When we put them out for 60 to 100, they sell because people remember that it's $1,000 shoe.
And it is a nice shoe. It's all
and it's
Olive
a nice
Air Max
shoe.
97.
It's a 97. It's an Olive 97.
Yeah. So.
Ask.
Yeah.
What do you got, bro?
What shoe was it? Yeah,
Then it was this, the
Oh,
97.
it was
yeah,
that, but an
yeah.
olive. the
Olive,
undefeated
but yeah,
ones,
it's a nice shoe. The undefeated piping, you know, like.
You've seen it in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice, but same thing. Undefeated Force come out, might not be the same thing, you know? Like, it might be something different. It might be an RM.
Fuck.
So it's like till it comes out.
Yeah.
It comes out. I'm not mad at it, but I wouldn't be mad at having an Undefeated 4. Like, I would be like, bet.
No, say. They can do it.
It's time for no, don't do well. it'll do all right.
If they do it right, because
Yeah.
the last one they did sucked. They had like a all clear sole, and it was like
the 20th anniversary one or something.
yeah,
like
it was a 20th anniversary one.
that?
It's
It
like
was a clear soul.
2015 ish,
Yeah, 2015,
like in that range.
16.
Mid.
It sucked, bro. It
Nah,
sucked.
that one
It
was
sucks.
nasty.
Even
Like,
if people
even-
bring it in here, it goes for a lot online. And it's just like, bro, I
Went
don't want
past
it.
on it.
It's ugly.
What
Like,
else if they retro the original?
oh yeah, if they retro a Black Laser 4,
Yeah,
on me.
easy money.
You know?
It just how we're freaking excited for the freaking Fear Force coming out this year.
Yeah, if you're forced,
Same
same
thing.
thing.
Need those.
Yeah. But it's just like, again, it's
Yeah.
all perspective. And yes, you know, it's okay to be mad. But for example, like, you could drop fragment once. I'd be like, bet. I don't care. Kill the market, you know? Because
Yeah.
now to me, the market's already killed.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because it used to be 5 bands. Now it's only
It
2,000,
already
$2,500.
plateaued and it went back down.
Yeah, so I already saw the cycle where now I don't even give a fuck. I'm like, yeah, 150, I'll take it. You know, like, as in, like, I'll buy them all because I like that shoe if it's the
Yeah.
same shape and stuff like that. But again,
Yeah.
this is me just being a fan of it, where I'm just like, oh, this shoe's sick. I don't give a fuck if it's 1,000.
If it's made the
1,500.
same way.
If it's
need
made
it.
the same way and it fits the same, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I'm a fan of it.
No, yeah, it's real.
Like, what is it? What shoe fucking came out recently? Bread Force Reimagines. I was talking on this podcast so much shit about the leather one. You know, I was like, shit sucks. Blah 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 blah. Guess what? I think it's shoes here.
You still have it?
I still have it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a nice shoe. I think it's a great shoe. You know, all terrain in my opinion, and it
Mm.
looks really nice with jeans, shorts, anything you want. You know.
Good price.
But again, it's like we're gonna be quick to jump the gun because I thought I was gonna get a black Motorsport 4, and I hate that shoe. It's like it's too low. The leather's like weird.
It has a different cut to it.
It has a different cut, obviously, but this new 4 is fucking great. You know,
Yeah, they
like,
fit well, comfortable.
fit well, fits nice.
All that.
The military I thought was ugly. It was solid, but at the end of the day, when you look at it, it's a gray 4. It's gray. It's not white. So it's like
Yeah.
a slight difference where like it's nice, but then
The quality's not as good too.
the quality's not as good as the bread 4.
Yeah. They crease easier. They don't like. Yeah, they just don't fit the same.
I don't think so.
Nah.
I mean, they're not dead. They're just priced low.
A 4 is like a Jordan 1, and like it's very timeless. And they don't. Those white Thunders suck. The new ones, but I don't. It just comes back to as long as it has a good shape, people are still gonna buy them. Even if it doesn't, if it's a colorway that people like, they're gonna buy them. You know
And again,
what I mean?
accessibility.
Yeah,
If White Thunders come out and they're $250, I feel like people are gonna eat them up.
facts. Because yeah, we sell like the other random colorways like red cement's $250. The freaking infrared's still like $300.
What's that new one? Cinder, the green one?
Oh, that's the oxidized green.
That's the oxidized. It's solid. It's
That one's
nice.
super nice. 180.
It's nice. Yeah, 180. Brand
Yeah.
new.
Brand new.
Yeah.
So it's like as long as it's nice or even like a decent colorway, people are gonna buy them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's harder. It's harder to make a Jordan 4 look ugly, for example, than like a Jordan 3 that might not have the right cement print or like it just doesn't sit as well. You know what I mean?
Or like the Jordan 3 Almanac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's- I hate the 4, the Amanier 4. I don't like that. I like the 3 more.
Which was the new one that's coming out, the dark one?
The black,
black
one.
one,
Yeah.
yeah.
That one. I'm telling you, that's the one that I said last week that it's already $300 on some people's websites,
crazy.
which is insane. No, it hasn't.
No, it
I'm telling you, I saw
hasn't.
Quais posted, and I was. and I
Don't
was
even
just
know a
like,
release
shit.
date for that one.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, Captain Barlow's his Grails were linens. I remember that food. Anytime Riff would get one, he'd try to come and buy it because it was a Grail Air Force. He couldn't find it, and then now they're 150, 180.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, I mean, yeah, when it comes down to the Grails, it's all subjective, but at the end of the day, like, I think there's ways to bring things back to where it doesn't have to be the exact same or, like, again, like, bro, y'all got enough products, people that work there with different ideas to give y'all that push of, okay, we could do it
The
this
DN
way.
is already gone, which is crazy.
Yeah.
The Air Max DN,
It came in what?
like as in like they didn't push it.
Yeah.
It's just like here it is. No other
It's
color.
like they dropped it and that was it.
Yeah, there was a Fred actually. He sent me one that somebody did a custom one, and he kind of made it look like the finish line, the ones with the all air unit.
Oh, word, the one-time onlys?
I guess I don't know the name. You
Yeah.
know better. But the ones that have like the fucking pink.
Yeah.
They made a custom of it, and I was like, bro, if they would have dropped this, honestly, it probably wouldn't have sold, but I would have bought it because it reminds me of that Air Max that you can't wear no more.
Yeah, even like as far as like, I mean, because they love doing collabs so much. The only collab we got for that shoe was the Supremes.
Yeah.
Like, and I think they're doing an Olympic, but that's not a collab. That's just like an Olympic colorway.
Yeah, and I feel like they just were like, here, one and done.
Yeah.
And again, it's like they're like, oh, let's go back to the retros. And I'm like, bro, the reason these companies are kicking your ass is because
You don't
they're
believe.
focused on their technology and you're focused on your retros. You're focused on your past.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And you got to believe in the new models you drop. You
Yeah,
gotta
I
push
thought
them
I
harder.
thought the DN and the Lunar Roam getting an update was great. Like I was just like, fire. Like these are sick.
So how do you know that they're clipping it? Like, they
Well,
just-
it's just I can't. There's no push for it. Like
There's
I'm not
no-
saying they're clipping it, but there's no more colorways. There's like, or maybe there is, and they're just throwing them in the back. You know, like
You know, like usually we get like leaks or we get previews of, okay, this is what's next.
their
They-
preview
they're-
for next year. It's all retros. It's
Yeah.
Sunders.
They're
It's
not
fucking
showing anything like that.
Yeah, it's that. You know, like it's all retros.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have fucking companies like Adidas and Asics showing all their new shit,
Mm-hmm.
and they're cooking. You know,
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like
they're
people
focused
still,
on their technology. Like Adidas basketball right now, I don't want to say it's on top, but like their basketball shoes look really cool because they're insane concepts. You know, like they show all that stuff like the AEs, the Hardens, even the Damian Lillards, like
they look like they're trying.
the Spiders,
Yeah.
the
Donovan
Donovan
Mitchells.
Mitchells. They look cool, like they look funky, and it's
Yeah.
not that I want them. I just look at them and I'm like, oh, that looks cool. You know,
They're trying.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
trying the concepts, you know, stuff like that. With Nike, it's more of like, let's focus on our retros.
Yeah, and everything looks. It doesn't have like different looks to it. Everything still looks like more of the same. Where it's
Yeah.
like they're scared to go outside of the bubble.
Like for example, the KD, the new one, it looks like a TN.
Yeah, or even how the Sabrinas look like Kobe's.
Yeah, Sabrina's kind of look like Kobe's.
Yeah.
And same thing, like that drop was weird. Like I don't even know where to get them or anything. They already
Yeah.
dropped.
They
The
dropped the first colorway.
Yeah.
and there wasn't like a, oh, here we go. This is where they're at.
Is Gail Clark getting the shoe?
She is.
Yeah.
Her, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But same thing. It's just like where, yeah.
How are you gonna push it?
Yeah. So I think it's all that stuff. And it's just like, bro, just do something new or focus on the new, you know? I don't know. So we've been getting a lot of people selling off-white ones because supposedly somebody, again, leaked out that the off-whites
They're
are fucking
retroing.
retroing all of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I thought they will. If they do, fuck, that's insane. But
It'd be crazy if they're the same too. 'Cause
Yeah,
we
but-
never got some of the other colorways they sampled.
yeah, but it's just like, bro, Virgil, when he passed away, had that museum of all these different colorways. Give us those. You know, there's so many options to pick from, so many different flavors. But no, here, let's retro these because
It's safe.
it's safe, and we saw them sell for 5 bands, 4 bands, whatever's the Chicago
Yeah.
one. But yeah, there's so many other colorways that you can do, you know. Or you can just go somewhere else, you know, like as in like focus on somebody else. Like for the Travises, I think they're hurting not the market, but it's just like, bro, we don't need all these colorways of Travises. Yeah, like I remember there was a rumor that a 7 was gonna come out. Where's that?
Yeah.
You know, like I want to see that. I want to see what he can do to, or like what Nike can make for him for Jordan 7. I think Jordan 7s are sick. And they're like, no, let's just do more Jordan 1s because they're selling.
It's okay to let something go and start something new.
I mean, the
let it be
Jumpman
a
Jack,
sign.
same thing. It's just like, I
Yeah.
feel like it had steam and now it's like, it's still selling well, but it's a new model, but they're just like, man, fuck this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And all the new colorways, again, I'm just like,
Those other models that he's showing is, I don't know. They don't look as good in the pictures, like Sharkadons or whatever they're called.
yeah, the ones that with the Spiridon on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could tell a Nike executive one thing, what would you tell them?
Tighten up.
Tighten up, do better.
Yeah, do better.
Focus on technology.
Yeah.
You know, that's what made you guys.
Get back to your
Yeah.
roots. 'Cause-
Nike was a running company, you know?
Yeah.
Then they fucking risked it all on Michael Jordan, and now they're risking it all on retros. Just this time it's not fucking gonna work out. Sorry, bud. Sorry, Phil.
Fucking A.
But yeah, it's just like you sent me that thing where you see the run clubs and everybody's wearing everything but Nike. You
Yeah.
know? And
It
it's true.
shows. It goes back to like other stuff we talked about in other pods, where it's like, bro, people aren't afraid right now to like use other brands and like to not just stick to one thing that they know, because you have so much accessibility now to where you could do your research, you could see what really is more functional than this, and if you like the way it looks too, why am I gonna just stick to good old?
And I feel like other brands are
Nike.
trying, but then
Yeah.
also a lot of people are too cool to wear Nike right now because
Yeah,
Nike's
too.
down. That's another hot take right there. I feel like people are seeing Nike and they're like ill, and they're like, I'd rather just wear this because this brand's fucking with me. But in reality, the Nike shoe might be a little better, but Nike's down right now, so they're kicking them while they're down.
Mm-hmm.
Could be that.
I remember growing up, Nike was shit, bro.
Bro,
Everything.
Yeah,
Basketball,
nobody cared about
football,
nothing else, bro.
Soccer.
Yeah.
That soccer commercial for when Ronaldo was in like, I guess they're in like a tank or something, like it's like a cartoon commercial.
Yeah, the one for the World Cup. Yeah. Yeah, there's one that they did for the World Cup too.
Well, they went hard as fuck. And I was
Yeah,
like,
I felt
damn,
they're-
Nike soccer.
Yeah, I feel
bro.
like
Like they used to try even like with commercials like that, where it was like it seems like they have more creativity. Like, bro, they don't do that shit no more.
I mean, there's no, I'm telling you, like, there's no. We would look forward to Nike basketballs like packs. Be like, oh, shit's coming out. The Olympic pack, the fucking All Star pack. Now, just here's some All Star shoes.
Other than Braun, who do they have?
KD, Jaw. They already forgot.
For like
Yeah,
basketball,
basketball athletes.
Great. Giannis. I feel like Giannis also never got a push like that.
yeah, Giannis, his model was never like too like, oh my god.
The athlete or the person?
I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know what it is at that point.
I think it's the model too,
Yeah, it's a
because
model. Because again, everybody's wearing Kobe's.
if the model doesn't fit right, it's not gonna be like something that people like go towards. Because Giannis and LeBron are like, I would say, and KD are their big three still. Because Jordan is Luka,
Tatum.
Luka and Tatum, and then I feel like they have somebody else, Zion, but Zion's not.
Yeah, same thing with Zion. I think his shoe does well, but also like he's not working out as an athlete, Like,
that last model he did was really nice.
Yeah, but
it
it's
looks it looks good.
it looks nice, but again, I think he has to perform on the court for his shoe to perform off the court.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why like the AE is doing so well. But on top of the fact that it looks cool, that fool's was balling this last season.
Yeah, people want to be AE, with
And
Jordan.
even right now in the fucking USA team, he's already saying, "I'm the best player. Like y'all gotta play through me." Like even just shit like that, it pushes the shoe too, because people pay attention to that, and they're like, "Yo,
Yeah,
like,
he's already talking shit.
yeah." So
Yeah, like same thing. Like the LeBron's fading because obviously he's almost done. Like,
yeah,
when LeBron was fucking Miami, LeBron, them shits were bussing. Literally,
facts.
everybody wanted LeBrons.
The South Beach.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Miami Vices, the Cannons.
But
all
yeah,
those
even
joints.
talking about the South Beach, that was somebody's grail at once, and then they retro $300.
It was like 1,000, no?
Yeah, it was like 1,500, 1,200, same shit.
Yeah.
They retroed, boom. The fucking Watch the Thrones, bro.
That
That's
too.
$5,000 shoe.
Can't even mold for $200 now.
Yeah, chilling.
Even
Fruity
came with the
Pebbles.
freaking freaky Dubrae too and
Yeah,
everything.
it came with the fucking
giant lace
the
lock
giant
thing.
lace lock that the samples didn't have unless you were fucking the perfect pair. Like
Fruity Pebbles too.
it's
Like
a good
so.
first in. Maybe we could reach out to Perfect Pair to pull up.
That'd be hard.
Because he had all the grails.
He still does.
Yeah, him and Arg had
Yeah.
have all the grails.
Got a crazy collection.
Yeah, how do they feel about certain stuff like this?
Yeah.
Another Frankie Lay, Jeff from Riff, like these guys are fucking huge collectors that I like. How does it affect them, or do they even still care? I thought of it right now when I went to go pee. And the retro thing, like about being mad, it's like having a fake vintage tee or having a fake poster. Not a fake, but just a retro or like a licensed new merch.
Yeah.
It to me, like for example, I have a ton of like Grail vintage tees, and to me, it's just like I see so many of that shirt retroed, fake, bootlegged, or just
Different
licensed
variation of it, yeah.
Variation of it, and to me, it doesn't kill the fun of me having the original. Like I'm like, yeah, this is a '90s, a '80s, like. And same thing, like a lot of people have been taking notice of like my poster collection,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, yeah, like this is a '68 Avedon, like this is, I got this at the Tate Museum, like stuff like that. Like I do like having like official stuff, and like for example, my Marilyn Monroe, it's not an OG, but it's from the Tate Museum, and it's obviously a reprint, but it's official like Warhol, like.
Yeah.
And I don't value it or nothing. But yeah, it's like I would say going about it like that, it doesn't hurt me, or it shouldn't hurt having the retro, because you're at the end of the day, you're like, oh, I have the 1 of 36 Wu-Tang dunks, or I have the 1 of 40 Deftone dunks.
Yeah.
For
you
me,
still have that one.
You still have that one, and
Yeah.
it does take a little blemish. Like a ton of people always send me the Sonic Youth Bunny tee because
Yeah.
there's so many retros
Yeah,
or so
facts.
many bootlegs or so many this and that, and I'm just like, it's not the real one, you know, or it's not one of the originals.
Facts.
And again, for me, that was the hunt of finding that shirt. And yeah, it's the same thing with like reprints, like with Supreme posters. Like, bro, there's so many fakes because those are so easy with reprintable. But I take pride knowing that all our posters are real.
Yeah, facts.
And it's like, it might be such a little thing, and somebody might be like, "Oh, well, they look the same," and I'm like, "Yeah, but they're not." And if they are, they are. You know, like it doesn't matter. It's all opinion based.
It's opinion based, and at the end of the day, it's part of the fun and it's part of the hunt. It's the thing, one thing that even like getting into like the lifestyle that we're in, it's like we enjoy the hunt and we enjoy coming across things that we may not see all the time, and like being able to have that, it keeps things entertaining. Like, yeah, you may not be a fan of it coming out again, but at the end of the day, somebody is, and like you still have your OG, and it doesn't affect it in any way.
It just affects the market. And again,
Yeah.
like if you were looking for it, just sell it. If you were looking for that price,
Yeah.
just let it go. You know, because
That-
I've been
That's all it is.
I've been stuck with things that I'm like, fuck, I should have sold this.
Yeah.
Fucking perfect example, that double taps box logo. I always talk about it. Grail shirt for some people. I don't even know like how it came about, like anything.
And you got offered a crazy price
I
for
got
it.
offered 8 bands. Shout out BK. BK the God hit somebody up and was just like, yo, they got 8 bands for you. And I was just like,
Nope.
nah, I don't know, bro. I don't know if I'm ever gonna see it again. The shirt's probably worthless now. You know, like it's probably. And again, I gave it to Nelson because in my head I was just like, he's a Preem head. The Supreme Thunderhawk,
Jersey.
the Tomahawk jersey, yeah.
Yeah.
That one I remember it was like a $2,500
Jersey also.
jersey,
And you bought a DS.
and I bought it DS
With
for like a band, and then it ended up being like a $500 jersey.
Yeah.
So again, like there's always a time to sell it, and I think you should take advantage of it and sell it if you don't. But if you really enjoy it, just keep it for life. You know, like for example, like I said with fragments, I'm already in my head. To me, it's a Jordan 1. It's not even that it's a fragment. It's a Jordan 1. Right now, they're not hot. They're worth Jordan 1s. Most of them are going for $150. Obviously, not those, or like not like a good one. But in my head, I'm just like, oh, you know, like if I would have sold, I should have sold when they were $5K. Now I'm stuck with them.
Yeah, if it was about the bread.
If it was about the bread, you know, like I'm just like, all right, cool.
No, for sure. And that's the thing too, where it's like if that's what it's about for you, which is cool, like just off it when it's at its peak. Like granted, you can never tell when something is genuinely at its peak, but everything has its peak.
Yeah, they do have a peak, and
Yeah.
you know, just get rid of it. Like when Union Ones came out, I was buying them for like $400 to $450. I mean, like I think like a couple months later, Danny and Simon offered me a band, and they were only going for like 12.
So like, oh, that's easy
And
money.
I think I sold like 35 pairs
Yeah.
for a band each. I was like, bet. I doubled up. I made 35 bands like this.
Yeah.
I was just like, but then I did miss the peak of it when they went up to like 2 bands, and I was like, but am I kicking myself? No, because I'm like, fuck it, I made profit, you know.
Yeah. The win is still there.
The win is still there, but yeah, okay, probably could have sold at 14, 13, but I don't know, would they have invested that much? And then now, if you think about it, I sold them at the right price because they're going for 12, 1300.
Yeah. They even back out again.
Yeah. Customer was just talking about the Complex Con Air Forces, the Off-Whites. And he was like, damn, I fucked up on those. I sold them for 1200. And I was like, bro, I fucked up on those. I sold them for 150.
Definitely sold them for less than what
But
they
I
were.
told him, I was like, but if you really think about it, he's like, yeah, I paid 400. I'm like, you made profit. You didn't lose. At that moment, you didn't lose. It's always the Freddy Krueger's is on for three bands. You know, it happens.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. As long as you made something off of it, how is it a loss? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just like at that moment, fuck. Now you think about it, but at the end of the day, it all has a cycle. It'll come back. Yeah, and I think I don't think the sneaker game would be fun if it was just all about money. If
Yeah.
it was all just all about money, it wouldn't be fun. And I think that's why, obviously, with the Wu-Tangs, there's 36 pairs, and if you have one of them, sick. And if you don't, you're gonna might get a chance to get it,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be 2 different years. You know, it's gonna be the OG and the retro. Obviously, it happens.
No, yeah. And that's the thing where it's just like, if you really want the shoe, cop up when it comes out.
Yeah, same. And the same thing. again, me, I don't really like Dunkais. So will I have it? Probably not. You know, do I think it's gonna be cool selling them? Like as in, like people that really want them, sick. But I think again, if it's a mass release, I think it'll be very low and very attainable.
Yeah, which would be cool. I mean, I fuck with Wu-Tang. I'll definitely try to cop up. Probably wear it once or twice and then forget about it, just to keep it a buck. But still cool to have.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I think if you treat it like how some people treat. And again, this is again, people are like, oh, well, you're not a collector. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm a collector of something else. You know, I don't sell my vintage tees. That's another thing. Like, I just can't part ways with them. That's because I've hunted them down. I just don't buy them because I'm like, oh, I found it. You know, like I go, like, I'm like, I make trades for them, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, there's always a hunt for something. So if I look at it the way I look at my vintage tees, I'm happy with my vintage tees because they're originals. And then the retros, obviously, to me, I'm just like, that doesn't hurt me. And I also don't talk shit about the retros where I'm just like, oh, that's not real. Like, or that's not an OG.
And it's just not for you.
Yeah, it's like somebody, you could go to Hot Topic. I don't know if they still do that, but you could go to Hot Topic where you see all the reprints and they're licensed, but they're 2024 tees. I saw a picture of like the 90s of like the heart-shaped box tee at Hot Topic in the 90s or whatever, or like a record store. And I was like, damn, that's like,
oh shit,
it was attainable, you know?
Yeah.
And at that point, nobody was thinking about it. Oh, it's going to be a $2,000 shirt.
Facts.
But it is. I'm not saying go cop up all the Hot Topic tees, but it's because it's probably not going to be like that.
But yeah, everything has a story.
Yeah, everybody has a cycle, you know? Like, for example, like when Big E and Pac passed, you know, like nobody thought that those bootleg tees were going to go for anything, you know? People were just like, oh, you want a fucking shirt that one of your favorite rappers passed away, and obviously now they go for bread because somehow, some way, somebody started a cycle for it, you know? Because at the end of the day, these were all bootleg shirts.
Literally sold on the streets.
Yeah. I remember I saw the O.J. Simpson documentary, and they were showing, I guess, when he was gonna get the, what is that thing called?
The lethal injection?
No, not O.J.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna kill his ass. I don't know.
O.J. Simpson, when they were gonna do the
trial.
When they were gonna say he was guilty or not guilty.
Yeah,
the verdict. They were showing like outside the center where he was at,
like
or
people
the courthouse.
selling this shit.
Bro, people were selling all his shirts, and in my head, being a little fucking vintage guy, I was like, "That's a $300 shirt."
Fuck. They're probably selling them for like
Literally,
$5-10.
Bro, like I was like, "Oh, that's a $300 shirt now."
So you see those shirts?
I see them shirts in the now,
Yeah.
and then I saw them in that documentary, and I was just like, "Damn, that's a $300 shirt." But again, those people there weren't thinking like, "Oh, it's a $300 shirt. It's fucking here, give me $30."
How this shirt's gonna age?
Yeah, like bro,
They probably got $5 for them.
I went to the fucking Depeche Mode concert in December, and I went inside the Staples Center, and their hoodies were $120, $130, and their tees were $80, $90. I went outside and I asked the bootleg guy, I'm like, "Yo, how much for a tee and a hoodie?" He's like, $30, and I was just like, "I'll take both." Like $30 for the set.
That's crazy. That's a big ass difference.
Yeah. And the bootleg was better than the one inside. But there was probably somebody saying that too when the shirts were being printed back in the day. Like, oh, this one looks way better than whatever merch is coming out, or blah blah blah.
No, yeah.
So I don't know. It all has its time, you know. And maybe it is time for retros.
But yeah, what do you guys think?
Yeah, you guys let us know. Are you guys happy? Are you guys sad? Are you guys mad?
Are you fuming?
Or are you like me that just fuck it? It is what it is, you know.
On to the next. Keep it coming.
Yeah. Again, I wouldn't be mad if they retro Yeezys. I wouldn't be mad if they retro Fragments. I wouldn't be mad if
Tom Sachs.
Yeah.
Need
but the same thing, like a shoe that I think should come out that is probably, I mean, you never know. The Kobe 4 Undefeated, the flight jacket one.
That'd be hard.
That one is sick. Because the Kobe one's cool, but Kobe ones are not as cool as Kobe 4s, in my opinion.
That's one I regret not buying. Somebody was trying to sell me my size for like $2,500.
Yeah. But yeah, same shit. Like that shoe would be good in the market.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know. Comment. Like.
Subscribe. Everything. Next week.